Know who this is, so you know what we do. And today we came down here to get another one. Gonna let you guys know it's moving fast now. So if you've got your money and you know what you're looking for, you better act fast.
It's update time. So I'm on vacation for a while and I'm gonna chill out some. We're still gonna make some videos. We're still gonna be working on these cars, probably not as much as we have been. So with that being said, I wanna give you guys some updates on what to expect the rest of the year and the beginning of the year. So let's start with the Poop Coupe since it's out here. As you all know, we got this thing clear coated and we've got some rust. Why is that? Well, it's probably because I didn't really get any clear coat right here. And we kind of expected this thing to, I guess, flash rust. So I think it's kind of cool. We're gonna leave it. As you guys can kind of see, we got a little bit of rust going on in here. We anticipated a little bit of that. So hopefully this thing will kind of spot up and start to rust underneath. I think it'll be a cool look. But what's the deal with the Poop Coupe? What are we doing? Well, for now, we just want to test the car just like it is. So stock bottom end 302, and we're going to get out there and just start testing this thing with the draggy and see what it'll do. I had to order a new tire, by the way, as you can see. There's the sticker juice. Something happened with my tire, so I had to order a new tire. Just got that thing put on. So that's part of the reason why we haven't done anything. Anyway, we're gonna get this thing out and see how it compares to, say, Andrew's black car, the Tuxedo Fox. Then my brother has a nitrous kit, so I'm probably gonna get it from him. We're gonna throw a little nitrous kit on the car and we'll play with it some, just see what happens. I know everybody was upset about doing the swap, you know, from the Calypso over into this car, but guys, we're not doing that anytime soon, so don't worry about it. That'll be probably early spring. We'll probably do that swap. Anyway, let's transition over here to the Gray Ghost. I finally got this thing back running again because I had to borrow the carburetor off of it to use on the Poop Coupe. Got that thing back going again, and man, she runs good. We need to start driving this car a little bit more. There's really nothing keeping me from driving it other than tag and insurance, to be honest with you. I think the car does pretty good. We do need to work on the brakes just a touch more, but at some point here soon, we're gonna kind of start back on the body work. I'm not gonna sit here and tell you we're gonna have this thing ready for paint in the spring. I don't know, but we are gonna start on the body work on this car. I've got most of the interior stuff for the back half of the car, the 2+2 area. So all the fold down stuff we do have. It's just a matter of getting to it. And that's pretty much gonna wrap this up for now. This is just one of those slow projects that me and my dad have enjoyed, but we'll see what we can do with this. Do fully expect to see this car back out on the road though, here real soon, and possibly even run it against that car. You tell me right now, guys, which car do you think is going to be faster? This car on motor or the 65 Fastback? All right, let's transition over here to these cars. The Carbon Fox is running really good. As a matter of fact, I might even drive it over to my dad's today, which is about 45 minutes away. I don't think I'll have any issues out of this car. We're going to start playing around with some of the tire setups. As you all know, this car has slicks on it. I'd like to try those over here on this car. Really on both of these cars, but definitely on this one. I'd like to try the slicks. Really not much to do with this one, just enjoy it. Now the Retro Fox, there again, really needs nothing but driven, and that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna drive this thing, we're gonna get some good video of it. Probably not gonna be racing this one. It's not really meant to do that. That's not what I have this car for, but there's a good chance we'll try it out against something else. Oh yeah, I almost forgot. Also for the Poop Coupe, we have a manual steering rack. So it's up there on the back porch. I've not brought it down yet. I got it from LMR, and I think it's a Uni-Steer. I'll put it up for you guys right now and show you which steering rack I got. I know it's a 20-to-1, so this thing's kind of an animal to be able to turn. So you guys know how it is. If you've had a power steering Fox and you've disconnected it, even with skinnies, it sucks, right? So we need to get the front end lined up on this, put a bump steer kit, inner and outer tie rods, all that stuff will be new on this car, and then we'll be able to start driving it. Now, here's the thing with this car. Why have I not been out driving it a lot? Well, it's because it doesn't have, it's not legal. Let's just say that. Car's not necessarily legal. And I can't be out there getting caught on this thing, playing, drag racing, spinning tires and stuff like that. I'm not saying that we're not gonna do it, but now I am working on getting all the registration for this car. You gotta remember, we basically bought this thing from like a salvage yard type situation, right? So I've got to find the last owner of the car, and then we're going to get this thing back going. So for the rest of the year, we're just going to be tidying up some loose ends. Also, I want to show you guys a car that my buddy Ben got. So remember when we went to LMR, I had somebody filming for me, gave you guys a different angle. Well, he picked up another Fox body. Now this will be his third Fox body that he currently owns. This one's gonna be really cool though, and I think a lot of you guys are gonna like it. Are you cold? He wants to go inside. He's like, hey, I want to go inside. Something else I'm gonna remind you guys of is that there are still deals out there on these cars. Now, they're not easy to come by, but they're still out there. I mentioned this so many times, I hate to even say it again. But you gotta know where to look. Now, Facebook is still a good place to look for sure, but most people who are posting on Facebook know the prices of these cars. Occasionally, you can catch a good deal. The best thing to do is ask around, drive around, especially if you've got any like old country roads around you. Get out and start driving. You never know what you'll find. Pull in and ask somebody. Even in 2023, going into 2024, most people will still talk to you about it. Maybe you won't get shot trying to ask how much a car is. Also, it depends on what you're looking for with the price of these cars. Now, if you're skilled and you can go out and you can paint cars and you can replace body panels and build engines and transmissions and things like that, then really none of these cars should scare you. If it's within your budget, go ahead, pick it up, and then you can kind of turn it into something slow that maybe takes you, 6 months to a year to do. Those cars can be had very cheaply, but they're going to cost you a lot of money in the process. And something else that I want to remind you guys of is budget takes time. So if you guys are going to be out here budgeting your build to death, which I'm totally for, it's going to take time and you got to have patience, which is why this car maybe didn't turn out quite as budget as we thought it would. Like a steering rack up here. Rather than searching for months and months and months to find a used manual steering rack for this car with all the components that I need, I had to just get one, okay? And sometimes you guys are gonna have to do that as well. I understand budgets are limited. I'm on a limited budget as well, but sometimes you gotta buy the parts if you want to drive the car. The last thing that I wanna leave you guys with is get your car up and running as fast as you can. You can always come back and upgrade stuff later. The easiest thing to do is take a car that's already running and pull a component off and replace it with something better. That's the easiest thing to do. Also, to make you feel a lot better, if you can get in your car and at least move it around the yard. How bad would it suck for this thing to not run, sitting there with an engine in it, heavy as hell, and you gotta push it everywhere. You gotta push it over here, over there, in and out, or whatever the case may be. It's aggravating, right? The best thing you can do is get it running, in my personal opinion. Now, everybody's a little different, but in my personal opinion, it's best to go ahead, get your car where it'll start and drive under its own power. Even if it doesn't have any brakes, sometimes it's best just to get this thing to move. It'll make you feel a lot better about your car. It'll make you feel like you have a complete car. I'm gonna leave you guys with a video from, there again, my buddy Ben, AKA Jella5011. So I put up a reel on Facebook, and the car is going to be called the Poser. I'll leave it at that. So I want to go back over the names with you guys. So I left a major name off this car, which is Edgar and Edgar Jr. So Edgar and Cheo, they helped us out so much on this car. You guys remember that, all the parts that they hooked us up with, the axles, the cluster, just all sorts of stuff. So I will be getting Edgar's name back on the car, but for right now, I can't do anything with it. So huge shout out to you, Edgar. I do apologize about that, but I'm sure he understands. And since we're talking updates, I want to update you guys on the Fox Days of Christmas. We're gonna do it a little different this year. Typically what we would do would have everything be shipped here to my house and then we would ship it out afterwards. Well, that causes a lot of problems because it's really hard for me to get everything shipped back out to you guys. It just takes time, and usually it's after Christmas and all this. So what we're gonna do this year is we're still gonna do the Fox Days of Christmas. I don't know to what scale, but we're gonna have things drop shipped. I think you guys will like that more. So that's how we're gonna do it. I don't know exactly how it's gonna go yet, but I've already spoken with most of the sponsors and they are gonna be doing something, but it will be drop shipped. So we'll be doing a lot more live streams for the last of the year here. So stay tuned for that. We'll do some giveaways on some stuff. Anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this up. I'm gonna head over and see Papa T today, so stay tuned for that. I'll probably have some footage. I'm gonna try to drive the Carbon Fox. Fingers crossed, guys. Remember I told you in the last video, fix the little things and it'll make you wanna drive the car. I fixed all the stuff in the Carbon Fox. Now I'm ready to drive it. Catch you guys in the next one. And as always, thanks for watching.
Know who this is, so you know what we do. And today we came down here to get another one. Gonna let you guys know it's moving fast now. So if you've got your money and you know what you're looking for, you better act fast. I saw this car, bought it within an hour unseen. I went and got a U-Haul to come get this on a Friday morning. I didn't even unload my race program out of my enclosed. That's how fast I came and got this thing before it got gone. Find cars like this and they're under $5 grand, you better have your money, you better get busy, you better get them because the market's moving fast. It's hard to find cars like this. You guys will be seeing a little bit of it. We'll try to get it on the channel, and you know what we do.